this is basically another false flag event, that we're talking about a virus, and there wasn't an instantaneous thing happening. However, they tried to make it into that with all their propaganda and fear-mongering. As I said, we had the the virus starting at a strange time in a strange location in Mexico. Couldn't have happened in nature on its own. This had to have been a lab creation. What we do know is that they had gone and dug up the 1918 virus, saying that they were going to make a vaccine for that particular strain of flu in case it ever came back. And now we've got this thing, and it's also an H1N1 strain of flu. But they're using it for an agenda. We saw that immediately, that the pharmaceutical stocks were going up like crazy. They raised the level on it very quickly to level 6. The WHO, the World Health Organization, actually changed the level structure. 5 or 6 months ago, this strain of H1N1 that we now have might have only been considered a pandemic level 3 or 4 at the most. Conveniently, however, when this came out, boom, it's level 6, which means they can mandate vaccinations worldwide for everybody under the international health regulations. And Canada, the United States, and 192 other countries are signatories to that. That seems to be the agenda that they want to do. We've got this going on in France. We've got it going on in Greece already. We've seen a number of states in the United States beginning to take action on this issue, bringing out new bills for mass quarantine and so on. We've got the U.S. Army being involved in drills already. They're being prepared for a pandemic outbreak this fall, or at least that's what they're saying it's for the emergency situation, the worst case scenario situation. However, they could also be preparing them to force vaccinate the population. Now here in Canada, we don't know that the Canadian government is doing that at this moment in time, or the Canadian military. However, looking over the last 8 years, it seems that whatever America does, Canada will follow suit. So it may well be that we've got Canadian forces in the States now training with them for the same scenario. After all, they basically merged our two militaries several years ago under Northcom and Canadacom. They have stated that we've got, in the event of a civil emergency, Canadian forces can go into the United States, and American forces can come across the border into Canada to assist with these civil emergencies. In Canada, we've got, over the years since 9/11, we've got the Canadian version of the Patriot Act, which is the Public Safety Act. Now we've got the Bill C6, was Bill C51, Bill C52, now it's Bill C6, which has gotten through Parliament already and is now going to second reading in the Senate this coming week, this coming Tuesday. It's basically Codex Alimentarius. They have the ability to limit our access to natural health food products and healthcare solutions, and they're basically protecting the market for big pharma and global corporations. So we have to then take their medications and preparations and so on, and not have other vitamins and supplements and whatnot at our disposal. However, also buried within that legislation are again a lot of powers that where they can go in and search houses and homes and businesses with no search warrants whatsoever. On suspicion, they can kick your door in and basically treat you as if you're a drug dealing, cocaine dealing criminal. And they've done this already a number of times in the past couple of years with people who sell non-pharmaceutical products which are for natural health care. A lot of people are now concerned that under this Bill C6, they could also use that to do the mass or forced vaccinations. It is so openly written. There's a lot of leeway in there. So, this, I can't say this is happening for sure, but it's something that we absolutely need to be aware of that is going on. We have to prepare for all scenarios because they've got everything in place already. They've told us that they've got 50 million vials of vaccine prepared already, although we've only got 33 million people in this country. So there goes, it's another red flag for me that they are planning something. My hope is that nothing comes of it. My hope is that I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong about this. But all the indications are that this is the agenda, this is what they want to do. And we Canadians have to wake up and realize that this is a good possibility. And we have to know about vaccines. We have to know what's in them. We need to have informed choice in this country, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not telling people don't take a vaccine under any circumstances. I'm talking about this particular one for H1N1, and I want people to inform themselves on the history of vaccines. I want people to inform themselves what's in vaccines, in the contents. I want you to inform yourself about what have been the consequences of vaccines in the past. What are the side effects? And you'll find out that a lot of these so-called pandemics that have come out in the last 100 years or more have actually been caused by the vaccines, okay? And a lot of the illnesses that we have today, autism is just one example, asthma, a lot of childhood illnesses. I just want people to educate themselves about what's in the vaccines, the history of the vaccines, the side effects, and I want you to be able to make an informed choice for yourself about what you're going to do. If they're putting in things like squalene, it has been linked to Gulf War illness and various autoimmune illnesses. We know that First Nations people are some of the ones that they want to vaccinate first, along with pregnant women and other people that they consider to be at high risk. If you were to look into the packaged ingredients that come with these products, they actually tell you that these things should not be given to people who have a weakened immune system. And yet, it's the people with the weakened immune system that they're singling out first that they want to give it to. It could cause sterility in males. It could cause damage to fetuses. What we're looking at is potential mass genocide here, okay? Wiping out the entire next generation of humanity on this earth. And we know that these people do have a depopulation agenda. I'm not saying that's what they're doing. I don't know that 100%. I'm just saying that's what these people have told us over the years. This is what we know about vaccines. This is what we know about what has happened in the past with vaccines. This is what we've seen with other events that have gone on like this, where they have tried to scare the population into doing things on a mass basis. We need to educate ourselves and be prepared to resist if they do tell us that it's going to be a mandatory program. Again, right now they say it's not mandatory, but they can change their mind overnight on that while they're getting all their ducks in a row. That's not the time to resist. Once everything is in place, it's not the time to resist this. The time to resist this is now. Speak loud and clearly and tell these people, no, we're not going to take it. Don't even think about it. We are not going to take it. We know what's in them. We know what will actually help us in terms of our health to prevent us from getting a flu. The resistance to that has to start now, and the resistance has to start through those of us who have looked into these issues, informing other people. It's not good enough for me to know. It's not good enough for you to know it. You have to let other people know about what's going on. So we have a couple of different websites that we've put up now. One of them is vaccineresistance.org, and the other one I put up is falseflagflu.com, and where you're going to find a lot of the latest information as it's occurring. We've accumulated a massive amount of material for you, trying to make it as easy as possible to get active on this issue. We have to be the media. We cannot allow corporate media to tell us what's going on. They cannot be trusted. We have to take that responsibility ourselves and be the media and inform people as best as we can, without fear, but rather just trying to educate others, because we're not going to take it, and I hope you won't take it either.